What's up, everybody? Joe White here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about Cody Rhodes. He's advertised yet again for this coming Monday Night's Raw. Um, One has to wonder, like last week, I certainly got the impression that the World Heavyweight Championship, they invented this title, and I said this was going to happen. I said this was going to happen. That once Rollins lost that belt, and once Roman lost his belt, they're not even Rollins. Just once Roman lost his title to Cody Rhodes, that there was no more need for that World Heavyweight Championship. That World Heavyweight Championship was invented because of Roman Reigns' lighter schedule. That championship was created because people got sick and tired of not seeing a world title match on PLEs and on Raws and SmackDowns. So now that Cody has finished the story and won the belt and everything is right with the world again. We have a champion. I said it. You don't need two workhorse titles. Because Cody Rhodes is on every single show during the month of April. Every single house show, every single TV taping, he's there. Now, will he be on TV? Who knows? But he's advertised for TV this week. So and I don't, it's not Cody's fault when I say this, guys. But it just felt like Damien, it doesn't matter that it's Damian Priest. It doesn't matter if Seth Rollins would have retained. But that World Heavyweight title seems even more less than now that Cody has won the WWE title. Now, I've always stated, and I get it, Cody wanted the WWE Championship because that's the title that his dad never got to have. But I've always stated, and even now, since they're calling it the Universal title, what do you want to be? Do you want to be champion of the world, heavyweight champion of the world? Or do you want to be the universal champion? I mean, it's champion of the whole entire universe, pal. Goddamn pal. Anyway, I said that they needed to combine these belts, and now even this past Monday, you went 45 minutes in the ring with Cody and The Rock, and Cody getting that huge ovation. He got another huge ovation on SmackDown this past week. Jey Uso's going after Damian Priest for that World Heavyweight. That World Heavyweight title now just seems like another Intercontinental belt. It just does. It seems like another. It seems even more less than when Seth had it. You don't need both these titles. You really don't. Yes, Damian cashed in. Okay. But they need to combine. Okay, they need to give him like a 2-month title reign, and at Money in the Bank, you need to have Cody Rhodes versus uh, Damian Priest at Money in the Bank in Toronto to combine those titles. You don't need to quote unquote workhorse championships. Or if you're going to keep these titles separated, you need to keep Cody Rhodes on SmackDown. Because having him show up on Raw, if you're going to have these two titles, if you're going to keep these titles separate, showing up on Raw upstages Damian Priest. It'll upstage whoever holds that belt. It could be Gunther holding that damn world title. It could be Seth Rollins holding the title once again. It could be even, I'll dare say it, Brock Lesnar holding that belt. Cody Rhodes still upstages them by showing up on Raw. And I don't think they're going to split the title soon because you got the draft coming up. They're clearly leaning into the brand split. So I just think that they need to do something. Either keep Cody off of Raw, because there is a too, you can get a little bit tired of him coming out getting standing ovations. We can grow a little bit weary if you shove him down our throats too much. We can have too much Cody Rhodes. Okay? And me personally, I like it far better when there's one world heavyweight title, the WWE Universal Championship. Have it be that. And then have him defended on one brand, 1 month. I've said this before in videos. I loved it so much in 2002, in 2003, when they split these titles, or when they combined the titles. Um, excuse me. It was 2001 into 2002 because they split them in 2002 the night after SummerSlam. Anyway, I liked it so much better when the world, let's say Cody Rhodes has to defend against a SmackDown star this month at this PLE, then it boosts the Intercontinental title on Raw for the PLE main. That could be the Raw main event for the following PLE. Then you switch them. Cody Rhodes then shows up on Raw the next night after the pay-per-view and defends against the Raw title going into the next PLE. Or defends it on or against the Raw Superstar rather. Then the SmackDown, the US title gets elevated up, and that's the main program for SmackDown for the next month. And then after he defends against the SmackDown deal, you have him, it just goes back and forth. They did that in early 2002. And I'd love to see them do it again. Because it makes the secondary titles mean anything. You can get rid of one of those titles. It's far less to keep up with. And you're elevating people on both brands. You can also highlight your tag team titles a little bit more on the. I also think they should have never split up those tag titles. I liked one set of tag titles because when the heavyweight champion, the Universal Champion's defending on Raw 1 month, the tag titles are being fought on SmackDown, and then you reverse. The same thing with the women's title. Combine the two women's belts. When the women's title is being, when the men's title is being defeated on Raw, the women's and tag titles are being defeated on SmackDown along with that third belt. And you can swap. There's no reason why you can't do that. And it helps ratings for both shows month to month. I want to talk about Kenny Omega. Now, Kenny Omega did some video game thing, as Kenny Omega does. And he basically said that he has no real heat with Punk. That he could have squashed all this. His main thing about going into that room and what he did was to defend Larry. He got bit in the process. We all saw the bite mark when they came back at Full Gear. Um, but he says that, he says in his audio clip, or in that video clip, that him and Punk could have squashed it that night. And that sometimes, yes, you need to fight each other. Sometimes a fight needs to break out in the locker room to get everybody together on the same page. And in this case, I agree. And I've said it all along. Kenny Omega is best when he's not with the Bucks. Yes, he's done a lot of comedy crap without them, like wrestling the girl, wrestling the blow up doll, all that good stuff. And that's something that I can't, I will never fully say that I'm a full on Kenny Omega mark because of that, because of those. I just can't. I'm totally with Jim Cornette on that point. But, but, he is at his best when he is not with the Bucks. And if he wanted to patch things up with Punk, but the Young Bucks were the only thing holding him back, That's stupid. That's just stupid. He should have been like, oh, you know what? Screw you two. Screw you, Young Bucks. I'm going to go patch things up with our money guy because he's drawing us money. Again, since Punk left or whenever the brawl out thing happened, ratings fell off the mark. Attendance falling off the mark. And, diverticulitis is a hell of a thing to recover from, but we don't know when we're going to see him back. But I just hope when he does come back, we're going to get the Kenny Omega Elite versus the Young Bucks Elite, unfortunately. But I wish that he would distance himself away from those guys. If anybody's a cancer in that AEW locker room, it's those Young Bucks. It's Nick and Matt Jackson. They've proven that now. And Omega's even said, I'm an EVP by label only. I have no power. I don't want to be an EVP. I'm not good as an EVP. So kudos to Kenny Omega for that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you down the road.